Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kim Duramo. I wanted to share this video to share some specific tools to harmonize your nervous system, your immune system, to stay healthy during this time, but to also release the old programs of fear that have us move through this transition in a really challenging way. So a lot of times we don't know what's next, what's possible, and that's really heightened right now because so much is falling away, so much is changing, and there's so much uncertainty. So we're really not great in general at dealing with uncertainty because there's a lot of need to control things. As a physician, there's a lot of ways I've studied this and how it impacts health. In our brain, we can get triggered into the fear, fight, or flight. And so many people are living in that chronically, day in and day out. And it does have an immediate and direct impact, negative impact on our health. So during this time when it's not only essential to be in your peak of health and your immune system and your resilience, but even more importantly, your resilience to move through change, your resilience to move into this space of the unknown fluidly rather than, trying with everything you've got to hang on and control it, which is going to create a really rocky ride. I know in my community there are so many people in a lot of fear, not only for their health, but for their, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to take care of things for my life? How am I going to get what I need and get food and basic needs? And for a lot of us, never has that been so much in the forefront as it is right now. There's also the overwhelm that comes with having kids home or not being able to go out and do things that you need to do, or just being inside all day and feeling overwhelmed and stuck. So I wanted to share one of the mind body tools that I have found to be really useful, called EFT meridian tapping. And it's not just that this helps calm down the nervous system so that you have a broader perspective on what's really going on and you do have more awareness of what possibilities are available than what we see when we're in the fight or flight state, which is like, this is not going to work out, it's not okay, and we really can't see anything else. It also neutralizes what's happening that's flaring up your immune system and bringing you out of balance there, so it restores harmony physically and in your health. And on every system in your body, your digestive system. Hello everyone who's joining live. I'd love to hear where people are from because I know there's people all over the world who are have been tuning into my work, and I always love hearing from you and connecting. So this way of harmonizing the system, and all the mind body tools that I teach will harmonize your digestion, your endocrine system. If you've got some kind of illness going on, it does accelerate healing really profoundly. Rich from Colorado. I'm in Colorado as well. Manasuran from India. Beautiful. But the other big piece with EFT meridian tapping is, and I don't think a lot of even other mind-body doctors go into this a lot. Yes, it does create immediate physiologic, chemical, hormonal shift and changes in the body, changes in your brain and your brain activity. But the even more essential piece that I think gets missed is how powerful that shift within us in our own emotions, thought patterns, has a really profound electromagnetic effect on our body. And this electromagnetic effect impacts everything in your world, everything around you that's happening. And it actually allows you to let resources in that you didn't even know were there before, or that you were kind of energetically blocking. I had a really great example of this when I shared in the Mind Body TV broadcast this week on Wednesday in the Mind Body community in Facebook. There was a woman who said, I lost my job, I'm not getting an income, I didn't know how I was going to eat, I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent. Everything had completely been stripped away. But because I've been following this work, I allowed myself to go deeper into the experience rather than react, rather than buy into the fear, fight, or flight pattern. And within a day, neighbors showed up and brought her food. The person who she was doing work for actually said, I'm going to pay you through this period even though you're not doing the work. Other really surprising things happen. that open up the space where none of those things were actually a problem. So the mind can really get you, we can get into that monkey mind that goes into creating a problem, and it's so real and we feel it, but it isn't necessarily the only possibility that we can access. So how do we access higher possibilities? This is one really powerful way. So, and I'd love to hear from you on like what's been coming up for you. Have you been in fear? Have you been in a surprising space of peace when things have slowed down or you've been home more? Have you noticed the awareness of the world changing in some really incredible ways, as well as, you know, this fallout and what's dissolving? So what has this been like for you? What are you fearing? What changes are happening? I'd love to hear a little bit more. Okay, and for those of you who are listening to the recording, you can as well comment here and we'll see. Nita says, tapping's not proving to be helpful, right? Actually, there is an expansive amount of clinical medical research showing the power of EFT meridian tapping. It's being used by elite athletes. It's being used by NASA scientists. It's being used at the highest levels of our government even. To assist with peak performance of the body physically, but to also assist with emotional resilience, which is really important not only for performance like athletics, but mental performance in creating solutions where nothing seemed to work. And there's a huge body of research because now we have the ability to tune into what's happening in the brain, what's happening in the immune system, what's happening in our physiology at the same time while we do tapping and demonstrate this. I was previously an emergency room doctor, and I would use it on my patients who came into the emergency room when they were in severe pain, when the heart was racing really fast and they weren't breathing well, and I could tell there was an emotional component going on. So I would have patients hooked up to the monitor and immediately see major changes in their oxygen saturation, the amount of oxygen that their body's carrying in the blood, heart rate, blood pressure, a lot of markers that you can see in the vital, vital signs right away that, might be really surprising, but immediate impacts there. And then other things that be impacted, well, their pain would go away, their symptoms would go away. They'd stop having chest pain, start breathing normally. So I was really fortunate to be able to see this clinically in a very direct way, in addition to using it in my mind-body practice. Hello from India, Kerala, India. All right, and everyone's chiming in, hey, tapping works. There are a lot of people that use this. I've used it for myself personally, as well as used it in my medical practice. Okay, Mansurian says EFT would help with fear, but how does it help for immunity or manifesting a desired outcome? So let's just look at the basic of like Mind Body 101. In your brain, when you perceive fear and go into fight or flight, it increases your stress hormones, and it actually decreases your body's ability to fluidly move through disease, to kill the bug or to repair your immune system or to repair an injury or whatever kind of illness you might be moving through. So just from that fight or flight state alone, there's a lot of damage that gets done. When we live in chronic fight or flight, we're way more susceptible to disease. But when we reverse that process, not only do we now, decrease all those harmful stress chemicals, they're harmful in the long term, but we increase a lot of markers that have been shown to fight cancer, reverse diabetes, fight bacteria and viruses, very importantly, and restore resilience in the body. So anti-aging, repairing our DNA, repairing, if we've had any kind of stress, it helps with the repair from that. So keeping us young and healthy and fluid through life or through illness. So there are major changes that happen immediately. And of course, this is, our immune system, our nervous system, and our psychology or in our endocrine system are all completely interlinked. They are not actually four separate systems. They have the same neurohormones, the same biochemicals, the same communication systems, the same receptors. And we've found, and this is not new research, this is decades old, that all of these systems are in constant communication. And our beliefs and ideas and the focus of our intention will actually set the stage for how well they're functioning. Are they functioning in harmony and health, or are they in discord and creating disharmony and dis-ease? So Will you teach us how to use EFT for different diagnoses? Well, there's a lot on my website at drkimd.com/EFT where you can get more information. In this video, I'm gonna do some basic EFT to allow you to move fluidly through the uncertainty, the overwhelm, and the fear. Okay, so let's look at what we have going on. We'll look at a few more comments. And for manifesting a desired outcome. So how does EFT manifest a desired outcome? This is a good question, and I'm just going to touch on it really basically, but we do have sensory neurites in the area around the heart that they register information at a higher frequency. So inspiration, higher awareness, big picture, sensing into possibilities we may not know at the brain level are even there for us. And so that heart's inspiration will inspire us to like call this person, take a right turn, go to that coffee shop, quit that job, any kind of thing, big or little in our life, actually guiding us toward higher possibilities and outcomes. Usually most people are not tuning in at that level. They've got ideas, conclusions, judgments, and beliefs about what I gotta do, how life's gonna work or not work, and what's possible or not possible. And they stay on the trajectory of that, even though something else may actually be available. For example, staying in a job that you hate and you're like, this is making me sick, I'm exhausted, my relationships are suffering, my body's suffering, but hey, I gotta make money and pay the bills and there's really nothing else, what else am I gonna do? So you keep doing this thing, not aware that you're in a conclusion and you're blocking the receptivity for something else to present. So this occurs on so many levels you wouldn't even believe. When I work with people privately, either in an interface in a video all over the world or in my group program, Embracing Health, there are major changes that happen in your brain patterns, that happen in your physiology, your immune system, your endocrine system, every aspect, your digestive system, that allow so many new things to come in that you would have never imagined were possible for you. So a lot of times when we're in the mind, we think, I want to have this thing, I want that thing to happen, I want this person to love me, I want more money. But it's actually just coming from the mind and what we think we need in order to live fulfilled. But if we tune into this space in the heart and just breathe, which is what we're going to do as we start this section, we'll do an exercise. There's a whole different frequency that we tune into. And it may have nothing to do with what your mind thinks you need or what you need to be or do, but it will be a deeper truth. So for everyone who's here or listening to the recording, just put your hands on your heart and begin to breathe, and breathe into this area. Breathe into the area around the heart. Bring your awareness there. Bring your attention there. Bring your sensation there, like sensing, what does it feel like in this area? And bring your breath into this area around the heart. So breathe as if this is the area that's breathing. The breath is coming in to this space around the heart, expanding beyond you. So you're expanding your attention. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. So it actually will create chemical, hormonal shifts and changes in the body. But most importantly is the electromagnetic shift that this creates, amplifying the awareness of the information registered here in these sensory neurites, which is kind of like a brain, independent brain that functions all on its own. So tuning in, and take 5 deep breaths. And just let everything relax, let your shoulders relax. When you hold physical tension in the body, you actually sense less. But when you relax that tension, you let a lot more sensation and awareness come in. And that's really, really going to serve you right now. So anytime you notice tension throughout these next weeks, relax your shoulders. Breathe more fully, just 5 breaths right where you are. The first couple might be a little hard because you're like holding so much tension, but just practice, because each time you do this, your body will more easily release tension on the spot in the moment. So be patient. It happens really quickly. So just 5 breaths into the heart. Relax your belly, let the breath come through. And then I want you to bring your presence of attention to what you're feeling in your body. What's coming up? Is there fear? Is there overwhelm? Is there panic? What's coming up? And it might actually manifest in really sneaky ways where it's like anger. I can't believe she said this. I can't believe people are doing that. Or looking at what's happening politically and getting really revved up there. I mean, there's a lot of, ways you could get flared up one way or the other about what people are doing or saying, and just feel what comes up in your body. Where have you been connecting into? Where have you been focused? And so on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is severe, I am severely, fired up in anger. I am severely overwhelmed. I am severely in a panic. And 1 is maybe just barely notice it, just a little bit. So where are you on that scale? And you can type it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Can EFT alone cure chronic conditions like, say, fibromyalgia? Yeah, that's one of the areas where I specialize, and I've had many people have a complete resolution of things like fibromyalgia, autoimmune disease, chronic fatigue syndrome. Oh, where did that comment go? Okay. Or do we need to follow any more healing modules? Well, when we clear this space, which we're doing right now in this exercise, you'll have more awareness of like, oh, maybe I'll take this supplement, or maybe I'll stop eating that food. But they'll be really fluid, easy, simple things. Very often there's not any particular thing that's required because the body can have a lot of resilience. But it may be that, there are lots of things you have awareness or inspiration, like, oh, why don't I do that? Very different from what most people who find my work are doing, which is from the mind. I'm trying to heal, I'm trying to get better, I'm trying to make it happen, I'm trying to work hard, and they're doing like 50 different things, but none of them are really working. Okay, we got a level 7. Yes, general anxiety disorder. It's unbelievable for general anxiety disorder. Mansourian 8 to 10. Major depression disorder. I've had many of the people I've worked with, and I've had an anxiety program specifically, drkimd.com/anxiety. Get off anti-anxiety medications, get off multiple antidepressants. Consult with your doctor if you're going to do that, but the program is available for those of you who would like to receive that, drkimd.com/anxiety. There's more information there. Any comments for allergies and asthma? Yes, these are all inflammatory. These are all that underlying chemistry where the immune system is flared up and imbalanced, and our nervous system's flared up, and it creates hyperreactivity in the airways, hyperreactivity in our digestive system. I personally was diagnosed with a severe autoimmune disease and multiple food allergies, which have completely resolved by using processes like these. All right, level 7. All right, so you're gonna just feel where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being severe, 1 being really mild, with your level of, is it anger, is it fear, is it pain, is it overwhelm? And I definitely wanna hear as well, like, what your symptoms are. Okay, breathe. We're gonna start tapping on the karate chop point. So you can use one hand, both hands together. Doesn't matter which side you do it on. You're just putting a little percussion and pressure here on this edge, outer edge of the hand. These are meridian channels that directly feed back throughout your nervous system and help clear energy. Super, super easy. So you're gonna just notice, I notice what I'm feeling now, even though I'm feeling this fear and uncertainty. And you can repeat that out loud so every cell in your body hears you. Even though I'm feeling this fear and uncertainty, or fill in the blank with what you're experiencing. I love and accept myself fully as I am. So repeating after me. And then we'll do that 2 more times, even though this is so intense and I'm so overwhelmed. Repeating it out loud or to yourself. I choose to be at peace now. Breathing big. Even though it seems I have to fight, I have to control, I choose to relax so I can access my power. Okay, good. So inner eye. I recognize what's happening in me now. Just tapping on the inner point, this little bony edge, inner eye. Say it out loud, outer eye. How intense this experience is for me. Just breathing, relax your shoulders, gently tap, tap, tapping under the eye. I can't imagine how things will be okay. Repeating this out loud. One side, both sides, it's either one is fine. And then underneath the nose, right in the midline. Everything is falling apart. I'm not okay. Okay, fear and uncertainty, dizziness, ABV, okay, Epstein-Barr. Good, this is all supportive for that. Right on the chin, just tap, tap, tapping. I choose to witness what I'm actually experiencing now. Let everything relax, exhale. Under the collarbone, all of this fear and uncertainty. Relax and breathe, it's okay. Under the arm, it doesn't feel like I could just relax. And now on top of the head, it feels like I have to try to get control. Breathing in, and then exhale, breathing out. Okay, now just relax in your body for 10 seconds. Feel what you're feeling now. Things will have either intensified, where you feel more pain, more overwhelmed, it's come to the surface, or they will have resolved or changed to something else, like a deeper awareness. So I'd love to hear what you noticed just after that first round. What are you feeling in your body? And then what's the number? Did it go down from like a 10 to a 6? Did it completely go to 0? Where is your number now after just a few moments of tapping? We're gonna do a little bit more. So same thing, tapping on the inner eye, and I'll just hold for those comments too, so you just let me know what you're noticing. All of this fear and overwhelm. Okay, 7 to a 3. Outer eye, I feel clear and flowing. Beautiful, Jessica. Outer eye, what if I just choose to be with my body for just a moment? So repeating it out loud or to yourself, tapping on the points, relaxing your body. Under the eye, witnessing what's actually happening deep in me. 6, I felt like crying, went from a 9 to a 5. Good. Tears are a really beautiful way that your body moves energy. Just let that happen. It's natural. Good. Calmer but emotional. Good. Under the nose, it's okay for me to connect with what I'm feeling emotionally. Just tap, tap, tapping. Breathing. Relax your shoulders. Right on the chin. This is unthinkable. Everything is intense. Under the collarbone. My body is getting the message that things are not okay. Yeah, so this is just that little soft, fleshy part right under the collarbone, one side or both sides. And then underneath the arm, I didn't really go over that point as well, but right under the armpit, just tap, tap, tapping, breathing in, breathing out. I'm afraid I won't be able to pay my bills. On top of the head. I'm afraid I won't survive. Because that's the message your body's getting, and you're feeling the reverberation of that. Inner eye, my heart feels heavy. Beautiful, Jessica. Jessica said, my heart was heavy and it's lifted. Outer eye, I don't know what the future holds. Okay, just breathe. Under the eye, living in fear. Yep. Under the nose. This idea that I need to control things. On the chin. What if I would just surrender? Breathing fully. Under the collarbone. That feels like the scariest thing of all. Under the arm. But what if that is how I let my power ignite? On top of the head. What if my power isn't about control and fight? Breathing fully, because our whole medical paradigm is about fight disease, fight the fat, fight the fear. Inner eye, what if I let go and allowed all to be exactly as it is? Outer eye, stop making myself wrong. Under the eye, feel and witness this fear. Under the nose, let my body receive a new message. On the chin, that I am whole and complete exactly as I am. So just breathe through that. It's okay to embrace that. That actually allows you to access deeper power, deeper wisdom, deeper insight, and to make choices that can really make a difference in your life. Under the collarbone, that doesn't mean, giving up doesn't mean falling apart. Under the arm, it just means not wasting my energy on that which I cannot control. Relax the shoulders, breathe, top of the head. So all that energy can come back in here for my body. Okay, a little bit more. Inner eye, what if I let this be a gift? Outer eye, an invitation for me to release fear. Under the eye, to live in a way where I'm connected. Good, beautiful, breathe. Under the nose, connected with my body and what I'm really experiencing. Hello, Balin from Madrid. On the chin, what if I embrace an entirely new relationship with myself? Beautiful. Under the collarbone, letting this unknown, unseen part of me emerge. Because there's so much fear of the unknown, so we actually have suppressed our true self. Under the arm, gently ushering myself through this process. So be gentle with yourself, with your body, your beautiful, sweet little self. Top of the head. And letting something deeper emerge from within me. Your wisdom, letting your wisdom emerge. You can't hear it when you're in fight or flight. So relax, deep breath through the nose. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Okay. See how you feel. So share with me what you noticed there. And again, those of you who are listening to the recording, I do receive them in my inbox, so I always read the messages, even if I don't respond. How do you feel? What do you notice? What's your number from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10? I went from a 3 to a 1. Beautiful. Yes, a new relationship with myself. Awesome. And what are you noticing? Did more stuff emerge? Because that's energy coming up that's been suppressed, that's moving through. Don't make it wrong if things actually intensify. I went down to a 4. Good, nice, beautiful. Just your awareness in your body of that number, or of, hey body, what are you feeling? Medicine says 1. Just that awareness in your body is a shift. A powerful one, not like an inconsequential one. I think a lot of doctors have seen this. Yeah, there's this mind-body connection, and yeah, we've got a ton of research to show, but hey, the real thing that makes a difference is we need surgery, we need pills. Those are the only really effective things. And those are amazing, beautiful tools. And the thing we've actually seen to be more powerful than even surgery, than even pharmaceutical, drugs and chemicals, is this effect within our cells. It affects every single cell. It is immediate, and it is so profound. It's literally been seen to resolve disease, like sometimes instantly. It's a quantum shift that can happen cellularly. So even if things just seem like a subtle shift, like, well, I feel more relaxed, but I still have, cancer. I still have autoimmune disease. I still need thyroid medication. Oh, I feel more relaxed, but I still have fear. Or I feel more relaxed, but I still have, no job. Okay, so there is a gap between when things begin to register energetically and you feel that new frequency come in that may make you feel more relaxed, it may make you feel more inspired or a little lighter. And then when that manifests physically, in your cells, in your life, in your work, in your relationships, in your money. It doesn't matter. It's all energy, and it does affect everything. So yawning like crazy. Yeah, a yawn is a really beautiful way that your body expands to let energy move and let new energy in. About 100 yawns, like deep breaths. I never could breathe well ever in my life. Yep, powerful, open. A lot of these are old densities. The body actually stores these emotional densities. If you've had trauma or, any kind of challenges in your life that maybe you didn't move through so fluidly, it gets stored. And so this can be a huge release. When I work with people privately, it's decades and decades of stuff transmuting. So I started sweating. Maybe this is a detox. Yeah, beautiful. So just being aware. So the take home for this is just my awareness, my curious awareness, not judgy, fearful awareness, right? What's wrong with me? No, curious awareness. Like, hey, what's going on in here right now? Just gonna look. Bringing your awareness into your body will shift everything, especially bringing the attention into the space of the heart. Okay. First time I tried tapping a while back, I started getting deep breaths, almost like yawns. I knew this works. Nothing like I've ever experienced. Jessica says, those are not an option to me at that time. Pharmaceuticals are a risk. I lost my mom to an overdose of pills. I don't need surgeries. This is incredible. Well, this is a great, yes, it can be the whole picture, and that's beautiful that you have the awareness of what might fit for you or not fit for you. But the greatest way we can move through life is to be in neutrality with all the options. Then yeah, that's not for me. I don't need to do this pharmaceutical route. I don't need to do surgery. That's not part of what I know is available for me. But look at what is. So neither reject nor make any of them superior. It's all energy. Can you embrace all that is as it is? Or is there still judgment or fear that you're carrying? I know a lot of people have had fear in the medical system. Can you share what to do every day, especially with the current corona scare? Well, this is a really great practice. Be in your heart, breathe here. Stay in awareness. So my instant elevation tool, awareness, breathing, choice. I'm aware of my body. First step. And that's the most important if you just do one. Just walk around all day long like, hey body, I'm here with you. Hey body, it's okay. Hey body, how are you doing? And register either that 1 to 10 number or just the sensation of, ooh, my body's feeling it. It's intense. And then B, to breathe and shift it. Relax your shoulders. Breathe right into the heart. Let this frequency, tune into this frequency. Let the frequency of the heart come in. It will, Visamel says, I'm feeling light. It will make you feel light. And then the C is the conscious choice. What's available? What else is possible here? Or anytime you're making a choice, whether it's what to eat for lunch or should I go outside or not right now. If for some of us, that's not even available anymore. But any big or small choice, you're in a greater state of consciousness. So everything you choose will be from a higher frequency. All right, I am at drkimd.com. We do have a course coming up in April. And I'm sorry for men because we designed this for women to go along with a retreat that I'm doing in May. But the online portion of it runs through April, and we're still receiving people for that 4-week live course. If that's something that you are interested in, it's at drkimd.com/retreat. And like I said, we're no longer receiving new people for the retreat part of it, but for the online part, I'll be working with people over the course of 4 weeks and accessing the power, the untapped, unthinkable, infinite power that is within ourselves to let that come through. So everyone can subscribe at drkimd.com if you're interested in more. There is a little quiz. It will bring you through on the front page if you click that piece at the top, and it will give you some specific tools a little bit more tailored for you. So if you're having any other specific challenges, it can really help you tune into that. All right, everyone. Alyssa says, I feel better. I didn't get to do the whole tapping sequence. It's a bit scary having physical symptoms with everything, lots of fear. Tapping is helping to realize I can choose to release this. Oh, beautiful. I'm sending lots of love to everybody here on YouTube. Subscribe, and you'll be notified. Hit the bell. If you hit the bell, you're notified when I post a video, or I think when I go live and things like that. So definitely subscribe and hit the bell if you would like more. I will be connecting throughout this duration and sharing my experience or any wisdom that comes through and resources that I have to offer you. And feel free to share this with others as well. So much love, everyone. Let me just say one more thing. It is so powerful when just we as an individual access a higher frequency in ourselves, as we just did here in this exercise. Like, even if you just went from like a 10 to an 8, what you did is you created a shift in frequency in your body. We are pure energy. We are vibrational first and foremost. When we come into a higher resonance, it directly impacts our cells in a positive, healing way. And more importantly, it sends a different signal. Our body is electromagnetic. We are constantly emitting a signal into the world. Is it the signal of fear, or is it the signal of peace? You get to determine that. You get to determine the frequency in which you reside. You're not a victim to anything that's happening. And right now, more than ever in history, and you're hearing this from a physician, this is the greatest point of leverage that we have to create global shift, is this shift in consciousness. So just you being 2% more in relaxation and lightness, 2% more in connection with yourself, whatever you're experiencing, that creates a significant, logarithmic, exponential shift in your frequency that is felt by everyone, everywhere. So I would say do your civic duty to stay connected with yourself. Monitor your vibration with love and compassion. Stay curious, breathe fluidly, and let that be your contribution. Let that light, that lightness, that consciousness be your contribution right now. Your body will thank you and will absolutely stay healthier as a result, and everyone in the world in their own way will feel it. All right, lots of love. I'm at drkimd.com, and I look forward to connecting with you more and more as we go forward.